Welcome back. Well, thousands of protesters, including France's newly crowned Nobel Literature Laureate, piled into the streets of Paris on Sunday in a show of anger against the bite of rising prices and cranking up pressure on the government of President Emmanuel Macron. The march for wage increases and other demands was organized by left-wing opponents of Macron and lit the fuse on what promises to be an uncomfortable week for his centrist government. Transport strikes called for Tuesday threatened to dovetail with wage strikes that have already hobbled fuel refineries and depots, sparking chronic gasoline shortages that are fraying nerves among millions of workers and other motorists dependent on their vehicles, with giant lines forming at gas stations across France. Macron's government is also on the defensive in parliament, where it lost its majority in legislative elections back in June. Now, indeed, chronic fuel shortages and long queues at petrol stations across France, sparked by union strikes, continue to make life difficult for millions of people who depend on their cars for work. Now, community nurses are among the hardest hit because they rely on fuel to make their daily rounds of home visits to patients. In the town of Versailles near Paris, 41-year-old nurse Aurel Martin gets up well before dawn to start visiting dozens of patients who rely on her for medical care. With fuel hard to come by and many petrol stations closed because they haven't been resupplied, Martin is rationing the precious fuel left in her tank. In some areas, authorities have told key workers like Martin that they can have priority at petrol stations.
La situation s'arrange, malheureusement ça n'a pas l'air de s'arranger. Et là je me dis que mon jour de repos c'est mardi et je pense tenir jusqu'à mardi avec mon plein. Et puis mardi j'irai, s'il faut aller faire la journée, la queue, j'irai faire la journée, la queue si on n'a pas de station réquisitionnée. Mais c'est vrai que j'ai repoussé le moment inévitable.